Hi you guys, welcome back. I'm so excited about today's video because I've collaborated with 9 other Authortubers to bring you some writerly holiday cheer. Hi there, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Suggs and I am a writer and author of self-published books, and on this channel I talk about writing and publishing and how to navigate it all through a positive mindset. If that sounds good to you, then I invite you to subscribe. So as I mentioned, this is a collaboration with 9 other Authortubers, and each of us will be giving away one gift to one lucky winner. I will be giving a copy of my latest release, my book companion journal, and if you have not seen my video on what this is all about, then I will link it in the description box below so you guys can check it out. But basically, this is a journal for you to track and remember and scrapbook and just get in the right mindset as you're writing your current book. Make sure you stay tuned all the way through the end because I will give you all the details on how to enter. So let's jump right into this video. The first question is Christmas sweets. Like you give Christmas sweets, what are some of the most helpful comments you can give writers when you are beta reading for them? So my first recommendation is that the beta readers give positive feedback first and then jump right into detailed feedback, as far as don't just say this area needs more. Be a little more specific, kind of like this character's arc is not fully developed or whatever it is, but be more specific than vague. Question number 2, Frosty the Snowman. Who's the most unique or interesting character you've ever created? What trait does a character need to connect with a reader? So for me, the most interesting character I believe I've created thus far is Jen. She's in Between Us and she's the MC for the sequel to Between Us. And I believe that the reason she is so interesting is because I believe I made her believable and relatable, which is something I think that each character should have. It's a very important trait to have something that the reader can relate to and believe that it's possible. Question number 3 is Christmas tree. What about writing lights you up the most? How do you keep this enthusiasm when things turn hard? Well, I remind myself of the why, and I eliminate all deadlines and pressures when I start to get stressed about a project that I'm doing. So I just turn back to my love of writing, and I just keep doing things that really focus on the passion and the love versus the stress and the deadlines and just trying to keep up with the Joneses, if you will, when it comes to writing. Question number 4, Nutcracker. How do you create characters or items that come to life on the page? What tips do you have for describing them so readers can visualize and feel them? I'm sure this is nothing new, but for me, it's all about the senses. If I'm ever feeling like I'm getting too much into telling versus describing, and I know that somehow I'm going to lose the reader if I go too much into telling, I try to describe it based off my senses versus what I'm seeing. Question number 5, Nativity. Who are the people you could not be on this writing journey without? Those that have come around you to support and celebrate your writing. What are your best tips for finding support system for those that feel alone? For me, I could not do this without the support and encouragement of my husband and my daughter. They are always there for me whenever I start to feel doubtful or whenever I get down. They're always there to lift me up. And as far as tips for finding a community online, I believe it's just like finding friendship in real life. You have to put yourself out there, you have to engage, and by engagement I mean real engagement, comment, like, and just follow their journey and see if you connect with them. Sometimes just because somebody's a writer and they're doing something that you like, it doesn't mean that you're going to connect with them. So just give it some time, because as any friendship in real life. It takes time to build. It doesn't happen overnight, and just keep trying and keep going, and someday and over time you probably will connect with a group of writers out there that will eventually be your support group. Question number 6, Christmas story, Love Actually. Who is your favorite couple you've ever written, and how would they spend the holidays? What do you like to see happen with couples in fiction? So for me, my favorite couple that I've written so far is Rachel and Luke, and that's the couple from Falling for You, and they would definitely spend their holidays in Hawaii. And what do I like to see for couples in fiction? I am a happily ever after kind of gal, so that's what I like to see. Question number 7, Christmas food. What's your favorite Christmas snack to help fuel your writing? So I'm not much of a snacker while I'm writing, but I definitely like to drink. So if I'm not drinking coffee, I'm definitely making myself a hot chocolate or some tea. Question number 8, Christmas gifts. What gift or advice has helped or inspired you during your writing journey? I've said this before, but the best advice I have received came from my editor, and she just reminded me that writers write and editors edit, and that all writers, including the greatest like J.K. Rowling, all need to be edited in the end. So that actually helps me a lot when I'm writing or when I get my feedback back from an editor. You know, if there's a lot of changes, it just helps with morale, and it helps me stay motivated because I know that I'm not alone when it comes to this part of the writing process. Question number 9, 3 wise men. What started your journey to writing? Did it turn out the way you expected? What advice would you give your past self about your writing journey? So for me, it all started when I was reading Twilight. I fell in love with that series 10 years ago, and I was reading it, and I just got this like overwhelming sense that I could do it, that I needed to do it, that I wanted to do it, and I did. I started reading, and the next thing I knew, I was writing, and I wrote my first novel pretty quickly. I never knew I could do something like that, and it was totally life-changing. And the advice that I would give myself is to be patient. I'm learning that right now. I wrote that book really fast, and I just wanted to get it out there, you know, without really knowing a lot about publishing and self-publishing at the time, or even the querying process, because I mean, there was just so much to learn, and I just kind of like, I jumped. And although I think that's great, sometimes we need to just take a step back, learn a little more, just, you know, be patient in the process, and I think it will turn out much better. Question number 10, Santa's bag. If Santa could help you meet your author of choice, who would it be, and what would you like them to do? Okay, so I would like to meet Nicholas Sparks because he is right down my alley as far as what I like to write, and what I would like him to do is like take my book and make it into a film. It's that easy, that simple. Question number 11, Santa's Little Helpers. What writing resource has been the most helpful to you? I'm sure this comes as no surprise if you have been following my journey recently, and the biggest, most important resource I have ever had in my life as far as writing is concerned is Save the Cat Writes a Novel. That book has changed my entire writing process for the better, and I cannot recommend it enough. And finally, question number 12 is Advent Calendar. How do you juggle writing with the busy holiday season? Well, I just cut myself some slack. I don't put a lot of pressure on myself. You know, I'm very aware of how important family time is. So I write when I'm inspired and when I want to, but when I want to spend time with my family, I do it without feeling guilty at all. It's that simple. All right, you guys, I'm so glad you stuck all the way to the end. So this is what you have to do to enter. The first thing you need to do is head on over to Katie Wilson's channel. I have linked her channel in the description box below. And there you will not only get all her answers, but you'll find out what she's given away. So here are the rules to enter. First, it's open for US and Canada only. Contest closes on December 15th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The winner will be announced here. You must comment on each video, and you must be subscribed to each of the Authortubers video. There are 9 of us. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I wish you lots of luck, And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And until next time, stay safe.